Welcome back to Boomhammer69's channel, and today I want to do a video about an article I found on Popular Science. It's called 6 Ways to Magically Grow Vegetables in Only Water. And it's got a list of different plants here you can do, and I'll read through them that you can do. It says, plenty of articles about gardening hacks assume that everyone has access to truckloads of nutritious soil. Because you gotta remember, it takes very good soil to grow plants, trees, and whatever you have. That's why, if you don't know this, farmers will sometimes, if they have multiple fields, they'll like one season grow one type of crop, and then they'll rotate, grow another, and then they'll kind of let that field set vacant and replenish. Because you can use up soil, you can use up the nutrients in soil, and then have soil that won't grow anything. So as farmers, you got to be careful of that. So if you don't know that, that's why farmers will sometimes will grow stuff in one field, and then they'll leave one part of the field vacant, or they'll leave another field they have vacant and just let it grow up weedy grass so the soil's nutrients doesn't get used up and stuff, and the soil goes dry, basically. It says, plenty of articles about gardening hacks assume that everyone has access to truckloads of nutritious soil and enough space for plenty of plants. This will not be one of them. We know these gardening staples aren't always easy to come by, especially if you live in the city. Thankfully, there are some veggies that can regenerate using water and sunlight alone. The premise behind growing vegetable scraps in water is simple. Plants are generally built to harness energy from the sun, nutrients from the earth. A small glass or dish of water won't provide the same nutrients as a hearty soil, but plants can still use it to grow new tasty shoots or soil-ready roots. So basically, this is like a trick you can do to kind of help get like a plant, get something started that you can transfer it into a pot, and then into a pot of soil, and then obviously transfer to a garden, most likely. Plants that will grow shoots. You can easily regrow the edible stems and leaves of some common kitchen veggies by simply placing their inedible base in water. For best results, position these stumps on a sunny windowsill or change water frequently. Lettuce and cabbage. Chances are you usually discard that tough white chunk at the base of a head of cabbage or lettuce. Once you turn off all its leaves for your salad, but by placing the part in water, you can coax out some new leaves. Put it in wide mug or shallow bowl with an inch or two of water, leaves side up, and check it often. Make sure the outside isn't getting slimy. Within a week or two, new baby leaves should start sprouting from the center of the stump. Your homegrown head won't return its full leafy glory, but this can be a great way to grow and garnish supplement large dishes. Celery and leeks. Most stores and markets sell celery and leeks with their base still attached, sometimes with little white roots already dangling out. This makes these veggies super simple to regrow. Just prop the base up in a small glass with about an inch of water at the bottom and wait for new stalks to emerge. Be sure to top up the water when it gets low, but don't waterlog the plant by submerging too much of the base. Your new sprouts will be skinnier than the originals, but even small amounts of these crunchy crops can add flavors to a wide array of dishes. Garlics and green onions. While you won't get garlics or onion bulbs themselves to regenerate without soil, these aromatic plants can sprout flavorful green shoots in water alone. Place a single clove of garlic in a small cup of water, suspending it with a toothpick so the bottom is under water but the top isn't. Do the same with the bottom few inches of green onions or scallions. Within a few short days, you should start to see signs of green growth emerging. You can harvest these scallions and garlic shoots called scraps with regular kitchen scissors and keep watering them to produce even more. Plants that will grow roots. Let's say you have access to pots of soil or two, but don't have the patience or green thumbs to grow veggies from seeds. Good news, water and sunlight can also encourage veggie scraps from your kitchen to grow roots that will sustain the large plants in soil. Develop these strong, healthy roots in H2O first, then transplant veggies into some nice dirt. Herbs. It only takes one sprig of cilantro, thymes, basils, or another herb to regrow the whole plant. Next time you're using your favorite herb in the kitchen, set aside healthy shoots with a few leaves growing on it. The stem below the lowest leaf should be a few inches long. Then use a toothpick or bent paperclip to suspend the sprig in small glasses of water. Submerge the bottom of the stem, but keep the leaves dry. You should soon see roots start to sprout underwater. When the roots are more than an inch long, transfer mini plant to soil. The part that was underwater should now be under dirt. With diligent watering, sunlight, and patience, your little herb can grow into a full-size plant. Like with garlic herbs above, you'll need a few toothpicks or some other types of homemade suspension system to grow some glorious taters. These are about taters. With the right setup, it's possible to coach potatoes and their relatives like yams into sprouting both roots underwater and leaves in the air. Position a small piece with at least one eye facing upwards and out of water. After a few weeks, you should see growth on both ends of chunks. Then just bury these sprouted tubers in soil with only the leaves above ground. The plant will eventually grow whole new roots and masses that you can dig up and eat the next year. While the part of ginger plant, this is about gingers, while the part of ginger plants we eat is often called a root, it's actually another part of the plant. Altogether, a rhizome, even a small piece of ginger, can sprout both roots and greens. Much like potatoes, your hunk of ginger should be particularly suspended in water until roots emerge and grow to 1 or 2 inches long. Ginger is a tropical plant, so try to keep environmentally warm at least 68 degrees Fahrenheit, but not below 50. Once the ginger has roots and at least one green shoot poking out of the light color noodles on the rhizome, plant the whole thing in soil and water it regularly. After 4 to 6 weeks, the new plant will begin adding massive underground, allowing you to simply dig it up, cut off a piece for your recipe and rebury it. I think this is a neat article. My thoughts on it, I think it's neat, to let people know about these little tricks and hints. Like I knew about potatoes. When potatoes start growing the little eyes, or spuds, as some people call them, you can chop that off and plant it in the ground and grow a whole new potato, Because potatoes are one of the things I know they can keep a long time and stuff. And I knew about some herbs you could kind of grow in water a little bit, but yeah, a lot of this I didn't even personally know about this. I knew like certain plants and herbs you could just start them out in water and then transfer them over to dirt, and then grow. So basically, certain plants you can, according to this article here that they list, you can take little pieces of it, stick it in water it, and then transfer it over to soil if you can. Obviously you're not going to be able to, without soil, you won't be able to grow the whole plant, but you'll be able to grow a little something and have little mini pieces that you could add to your food dish, Because I know certain plants don't need a whole lot of soil, like certain herbs and spices you could just grow in a small little pot, and then you have spice and herbs for your food and stuff. I know a lot of kitchens, my grandma used to have certain herb plants in her kitchen when she was cooking and stuff. So, I know a lot of kitchens have certain types of little herbs and spices and viney stuff sometimes and where you just take a little leaf and you chop it up and then you sprinkle it on your dish or whatever, But yeah, this is a neat article that Popular Science put, and I think it's good, it's good to know this stuff, My personal experience was gardening. Over the spring, I tried to grow pumpkins and sweet corn, and that bombed, my corn didn't grow, and my corn didn't grow, and I only had 2 small itty bitty pumpkins that grew. They're still out on the vine, and I didn't get like that. The pumpkins the green vine seemed to really vine out, but then all of a sudden they just went downhill, and I don't have my garden hose spigot faucet broke. The outside little spigot, the copper hose rusted, corroded, and so I had to have the water hose capped off for a while, and so I didn't have a garden hose, and I was using a watering can, and I think it was the simple fact I just didn't water enough. I watered it once a day, and I think I didn't water it enough, or my soil might be kind of bad where I had to go get it tested and see what needs to be added to make it where it will grow anything. But yeah, I think this is a useful article. I think it's also great for like people who are living off-grid, might stumble upon this video and they might want to read about this, off-grid people who grow their own food and stuff, I think this is a good little helpful hint and trick for them as well, So yeah, if you like more of this content, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Comment below what your thoughts are on this article and what you think about certain stuff, and what kind of stuff have you tried to grow and stuff. If you planted a garden, or if you can't plant a garden, what would you grow if you could, or stuff, I tried growing a garden this spring and summer, and it didn't turn out very good, but I wasn't mad or anything that nothing grew. I personally looked at the positive that I had the opportunity to try to grow something. And to me, you should always keep a positive attitude even when you fail, because I look at it, hey, I got to try to grow something this season. It didn't work out, so I'll try again next season, and who knows, it might work out. I don't know, but thank you for taking the time out of your busy lives and stuff to watch this video and hear me talk about this article and stuff, and I hope you all have a good day. And remember, if you like more of this content, please feel free to subscribe to my channel, and I do other content as well, and thank you for watching.